Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. I'm sure some of y'all have heard about the beef between the rapper Gucci Mane and the Breakfast Club host Angela Yee. Well, the beef between Angela Yee and Gucci Mane has now created some tension between Angela Yee and her radio co-host Charlamagne the God. The rapper Gucci Mane was trying to promote his new album Woptober 2, and he wanted to go on the Breakfast Club because the Breakfast Club is the biggest platform on radio right now. So he wanted to go on the Breakfast Club to promote his album. However, he felt like he was banned from the Breakfast Club over an interview he did with them a few years ago. He put Angela Yee on blast and said that Angela Yee wanted to get with him back in the day, and apparently this made Angela Yee upset. But Gucci Mane did post the receipts on Instagram.
No, we was cool. I was not on your dick. Stop
you
it.
used to be texting me what hotel you was at.
That's never. You must got me confused with somebody else.
You don't remember when we did that interview a long time ago with Melissa Ford and all that? And they was calling
Gucci got a good
that
memory.
You definitely, no.
Service shit. Stop it.
That definitely was not me. Gucci said he lost his wallet last night, so he don't have no ID.
Catch your ass out right here.
I just took something. You didn't even feel it.
Shit, you can take it. Can you take it?
Oh my God. I'm sure. You know what they say about little girls, especially Asian ones.
Fat pussy.
Is that what they say?
You know what they say?
I was gonna say deep.
Now, when Gucci Mane posted this throwback interview, Angela Yee got upset and said, "Back on those drugs I see," and he laughed and said, "Wow, Angela, that's deep." A few weeks later, Angela Yee did address Gucci Mane on the Breakfast Club and said that he wasn't banned, but she said she wouldn't feel comfortable interviewing him unless he apologized to her publicly.
Is Gucci Mane banned? Angela Yee, is Gucci Mane banned? Did you ban Gucci Mane?
No, and I tell you, behind the scenes, what really happened is a couple of days ago, somebody hit me up and said Gucci Mane would like to get on the phone with you and have a conversation. And, you know, he wanted to, I guess, apologize for what he did. And I said, look, I don't do that behind the scenes, apologize, and in public you don't. You said something publicly that wasn't true. You should publicly apologize. And that's what happened.
DJ Envy also backed up Angela Yee in the whole matter when Angela Yee pointed out that Gucci Mane has lied on her and lied about other women in the industry.
Now, the last thing Gucci Mane said was that you texted him that what hotel you were at, referring to that you were going to swing by. Is that true?
Of course not. I don't even have Gucci Mane's number to text him. So, you know, and look, maybe he thought I texted him. I was looking at some of his old tweets, and when people say, why would Gucci Mane lie? Gucci Mane has had a history of lying, and he did apologize for these tweets after he admitted that he lied.
Okay, he says, me and Waka F Nicki Minaj. That's nothing. Iggy want to suck my D. I had a threesome with Keisha. Fantasia hit was good. Dro was taking
Okay, this is disrespectful.
All right, I'm just reading it. It's not me. I'm just reading it.
Well, anyway, these are all things that Gucci Mane tweeted out himself personally. And then, was there an apology?
He said, I'm addicted to lean, and that ish ain't no joke. I can barely remember all the things I've done and said. However, there's no excuse.
Yet somehow he remembers a text from me where no something involved, but he's saying that I texted, what hotel are you at? But he remembers that.
Now, Angela Yee did bring up a good point about Gucci Mane having a history of lying about the women he has slept with. And she brought this point up to show people that he's lying on her too. Now, I will say this. I think Angela Yee is telling the truth about the whole Gucci situation. And one thing to note is Angela has a show called Lip Service. And on the show, she does ask some salacious questions just to get a reaction out of her guests. So she does this for entertainment. And most men who interview with her kind of understand that she's doing it for fun. But Gucci Mane took it seriously. He really thought in his mind that Angela was into him, but she wasn't. And Angela Yee was really upset that Gucci put it out there that she was thirsty for him because according to her, that wasn't the case at all. So ever since Gucci put Angela on blast, she has been salty about it and she refuses to do an interview with him until he publicly apologizes. And DJ Envy was in Angela Yee's corner. However, the other co-host, Charlamagne the God, didn't really care about all of that. When Charlamagne saw that Angela Yee and DJ Envy would not interview Gucci Mane until he apologized, Charlamagne was like, oh well, let me interview him myself on my own channel. So that's exactly what he did. So Charlamagne pulled a very self-serving move. he's in the process of building his own platform outside of the Breakfast Club so he could eventually leave. So he has no real loyalty to anybody. He's looking out for himself, and he decided to get that interview with Gucci Mane because he knows a lot of people will be talking about it. And that's exactly what happened. The interview did go viral after Gucci Mane disrespected both of his co-hosts, Angela Yee and DJ Envy.
How often does Gucci apologize?
Often.
Word.
Often. You wrong. I didn't apologize to Angela Yee because I didn't, I'm not, and I hated that she said that I was gonna apologize to her, but I don't know where she got that from because I didn't do nothing to her.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't feel like I was sorry, you know what I'm saying? But if I was wrong, I would say I'm sorry.
People gonna see this and be like, he must be banned, cause why they not in the
Man,
why he not in the studio? But for the record, he's not banned. I don't even know where that came from.
It came from that punk bitch, man. And DJ Envy, he's a pussy too.
Envy did it too?
Envy's pussy, man. He was scared, wasn't even scared to come. You know he's scared. Where he at? But I do got an issue with him too. I got an issue with him now. I'm gonna step up to him. Not saying. Just like he stepped to them people were talking about his wife when they came up there. He confronted them. So I'm gonna confront him about what him and Angela did. And if he come at me wrong, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. But it's just on him. It ain't gonna be his first time getting slapped.
Now, what's very telling about this interview was how Charlamagne just sat there and allowed Gucci to disrespect his co-host without even saying anything. Now, after this interview was posted, Angela Yee did like a tweet saying, "Dang, Charlamagne the God is just a co-worker and not a friend. Laugh out loud." Angela Yee and DJ Envy, y'all have been warned. Also, Angela unfollowed Charlamagne and she did an interview addressing her beef with him.
And so one of the things stemming from this whole interview, obviously Charlamagne sat down with him. A lot of people are saying that there's some like unsaid beef between you all because he did conduct the interview with Gucci. Is that true? Any truth to that?
Would you do that? If it was you and Quicksilver, you guys, would you do that?
There would be a discussion first. Was there even a discussion?
No, but I knew he was doing the interview. I just think that in general, if you work with somebody and someone's saying things like
negative things,
nasty, like things you can't even say on the radio
Right.
in a really derogatory way, whether or not you work with that person, talking about a woman in that way, because I have never called anybody out of their name.
Yeah.
I think that's the real issue. Like, you can't just sit there and laugh when something like that happens.
Got you. So
So I would hope that even up here for you guys, if somebody was like, oh, she's a B,
Right.
she tried to S my, all of that, you would be like, yo, chill. Like,
It was really
don't
aggressive,
Don't
I would
talk
say.
about a woman like that.
I totally understand where Angela is coming from. She did expect some type of loyalty from Charlamagne, but like I said, Charlamagne is not loyal to his co-host. And I will be honest, I can't really say that Angela would take up for Charlamagne either if she was placed in the same predicament. And one thing I have to say about Angela is she's an instigator. And don't get me wrong, I do like Angela and I think she's great at her job, but she does instigate some things, and when she gets backlash for it, she wants to play the victim. I can never forget that incident she had with K. Michelle. Some years ago, Angela did an interview with two rappers, Mano and Uncle Murda, and she brought up K. Michelle's name, and both of the guys dissed K. Michelle, and Angela laughed right along with them, and K. Michelle went on the Breakfast Club and cursed Angela out because she thought it was foul that Angela would even instigate something like that.
Hold on, you did say something about K. Michelle.
Whoa! She got that sting. I call it the K. Michelle.
You brought it up. You sat there and chuckled. You did that. And you don't know what that might have done to me.
Notice, after K. Michelle checked Angela, she never came back on the Breakfast Club. And more than likely, Angela probably complained about her the same way she complained about Gucci. So I bring this up to say Angela is not 100% innocent and she is an instigator. But I will say in this particular situation involving Gucci Mane, she has a reason to feel the way she does. And she definitely has a reason to give Charlamagne the side eye. And I would be giving Charlamagne the side eye too, because Charlamagne is moving kind of slick. It's very clear that he's making moves to leave the Breakfast Club, and not only that, he's kind of copying some of Joe Budden's moves. Joe Budden is a former rapper who now has his own podcast show and his show on Revolt TV called State of the Culture, and Joe Budden has been taking note of how Charlamagne is following his moves. Charlamagne is now doing solo interviews on his channel, the same way Joe Budden is doing solo interviews on his channel, and nothing is wrong with that at all. I think everybody should be able to give interviews, but Joe Budden and Charlamagne are competing in the same market. So this is something to pay attention to. And also, Joe Budden talked about how some of his ideas got swiped by Netflix, and Charlamagne is currently benefiting from his ideas.
I'm gonna tell you where it was at.
Okay, cool.
Ian gives me a call.
Right.
Ian Schwartzman. Got a call with Netflix about some hip hop shindig they're doing. They call me up. They say, hey, got this hip hop shindig we're thinking about doing. These are our ideas. Tell me which of these ideas you think is cool and which ideas of these you think is not cool.
Wait, you agreed to that?
And then I sat there and I told them what I thought was cool. They say, all right, we'll call you back. Thanks.
Never heard from him again.
Never heard from them.
Yeah.
They didn't call.
Sorry, go. That was your fault.
Now, I wasn't angry then. I was perfectly fine then. They then told me T.I. had gotten the gig. Then I saw something about an interview series after the show, or like as an additive for the show, that Charlamagne would be hosting, called State of the Flow.
Well,
Rory, I'm telling you.
He had a show called
well,
State of the something.
So then Charlamagne does State of the Flow with Netflix and T.I. and them.
He's a C-Flow?
Now, I'm not that self-centered, and I finished hating already. So I was like, this is peculiar. I said, I have a State of the Show.
Yeah. And you used to flow.
And Charlamagne knows about that show. And Netflix must know because they called about the, you know what, Joe, you're thinking too much about yourself. It's not all about you.
Typical.
Now, I did find all of this interesting, and it's not to say that people can't have the same ideas or do the same things, but I do find it interesting how Charlamagne is following some of Joe's moves. That's just something to pay attention to. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.